Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we have Isaac Holbrook getting interviewed by Ariel Ray. Now, she has requested that there's no cheating and that each one of these will be the first response. He has never heard these questions before. Also, he's going to try to elaborate to make it more entertaining. So, let's start the evening off with question number 1. What/where was your first date, Isaac?
With Michaela?
That is to be assumed, yes.
Okay. Well, if we're talking about with Michaela Vinkowski, that is.
Well,
Well,
of course.
our first date, we were. It was my junior year of high school. All right, she was a sophomore, I was a junior. It was after a swim meet or swim practice one day after school. We met up by the pool deck, and our friend Chantel was standing with us awkwardly when we first met up.
Sounds right.
Yep. It was really awkward because when she showed up, me and Chantel were talking, and then they kind of knew each other, and I didn't really know Michaela at that point, so like me and Chantel were talking, and then all of a sudden Chantel and Michaela were talking, and me and Michaela weren't talking. And so after like 10 minutes of just kind of this awkward like two-way, three-person conversation, Chantel leaves finally, thank goodness, and then me and Michaela start walking to this park, Riverwalk Park, and just the whole time I'm joking around with her, trying to pretend like I'm someone else, like I'm an Australian who's on the run. I'm like, I'm a convict, like who escaped prison, and I'm Australian. And she totally believed me. I had her going, and we got to the park eventually, because I didn't have a car. So we walked. It was nice. And we got there, stood on top of this big old rock thing, and kind of just shared stories for a little while. And when we left the rock, we started walking towards the sewage tunnel area. So if any of you guys have ever been to Riverwalk Park, you know what I'm talking about. It's got like a sewage tunnel. And so we're walking. I'm like, hey, let's go down in here. So I take her down into this tunnel.
With the Australian who's an escaped convict.
Yep, this dark tunnel, no light. I go in first. You know, the gentleman thing to do. It's a dark place. Could be scary.
Dragons could be around.
And so I'm going in. I get to the point where she can't see me anymore. So I turn around and I wait for her. And she's still coming. She's like calling out, Isaac? And so I'm just standing there as quiet as can be. She walks into me. I give her a big old hug and a kiss. And that was our first kiss. It was in a dark sewage tunnel.
Oh, man.
After that, we walked out of the tunnel and walked to her sister's soccer practice. Still talking, getting to know each other a little more, and holding hands the whole time. And then when she left, her mom and sister were like looking for her at the park, kind of like searching. And gave her another kiss. And that was our first date.
2 kisses on the first date, 1 in a creepy tunnel. That is an excellent way for a first date to go. Moving on to the second question, though. Who said, I love you first?
Me.
Ooh, and how hard was that to say?
Not hard at all. I knew right away. It was about 2 or 3 weeks after we first started dating, and I knew.
Aww.
Aww.
Very good. Question number 3. What would you say is Michaela's favorite thing about you?
My definitely my beard.
Definitely the beard. That doesn't count.
Okay. Well, if I can't use the beard as
You can't.
no, okay.
No.
Well then, I'll probably say from her perspective, the kind of person the kind of man I am, as far as like always being a leader, always being there for her and never getting mad, like always being the kind of man that she would want in a husband. I think is probably what she would say, as Christ-like as I could be. And I think that's probably what she favors most about me.
That's much better than the beard.
Yeah, I like the beard.
Moving on to question number 4. Isaac, what is your favorite physical feature about Michaela?
Physical feature?
Physical feature.
Her hair.
And why is that?
I like how, don't ask me why, but when she gets out of the shower and her hair is not quite done yet, so she hasn't curled it or done anything to it, and it's just real natural and wavy and down, not in like a bun. I think that's probably my favorite time to see her. It's just when her hair's down and wavy, natural.
Sounds very nice.
Yeah.
Question number 5. How many kids do you guys want to have?
How many? Do both of us?
That's what it says.
All right. Well, we've talked about this before. I think we said 5, and
5.
5 kids. Yeah.
5.
We've already got the names picked out.
So not 10, not 7, not the dirty dozen. You want 5. Why is that?
Well, 3. There's a middle child. I mean, I wasn't the middle child. I was the youngest. So I mean, I know that being the youngest is awesome. But Michaela is the middle child, so I mean, she can attest to the fact that it's not. It's harder than being the oldest or the youngest. So I'm gonna say that we want more than 3. And if we have 4, that'd be perfect because there's no middle child really. You know, we've already got names and stuff picked out for all of them. Probably like 8 names already. But yeah, so I don't know. The more the merrier. That's our duty in life as a couple. Multiply godly children.
Multiply. But you said 5 originally. Then you just said 4 there.
Yeah, the more the merrier.
So you'd be okay with 7 or 10?
I'd be okay with 30.
That's a big commitment there, Mr. Holbrook. Big commitment. Can we hear the names?
Well, first boy, gonna be Levi. Yeah. First girl, it's Emma Lee. Lee is the middle name.
Not Emily. Emily.
Emma Lee.
Emily, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a family name.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all we're gonna give.
That's the only ones you're going to give. Fair enough.
Don't want anybody else to steal it.
You have to have secrets. Moving on to question number 6 then. Where is your favorite place to eat out as a couple?
Taco Bell.
I don't want to mock that answer. But is that your final answer?
Well,
Because it's horrible.
that was one of the first things that when we first started interacting, that's what we were like.
So after the
we
sewage
both love
tunnel
Taco
was the
Bell.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Okay, just to clarify, his favorite place to eat out as a couple with Michaela is Taco Bell.
Or Chipotle. We both like Chipotle a lot.
Ooh.
But we first bonded over Taco Bell.
So due to the first bonding, Taco Bell's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Moving on to question number 7 then. What are you looking forward to most about being married to Michaela?
Lots and lots and lots of hot, sweaty workouts at the gym.
Excellent work.
Mm-hmm.
Sweaty workouts at the gym.
Workouts. CrossFit. I actually like CrossFit. I mean, hopefully I can get into it again. Especially with Michaela. I think that'd be awesome for the both of us. So.
That is...
sweaty workouts at the gym.
At the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Good. That is a good thing to look forward to as a married couple.
Obviously, since we're going to the gym together, that means that we're going to be together. And just her living here is probably, second best thing other than the workouts.
Those hot, sweaty ones. Right. Moving on to question number 8. Excuse me, not 7. 8. If Michaela was an animal, what would she be?
I think that she would like to be called a dog. It's an inside thing. But her favorite animal is a giraffe. I don't know if she'd want to be called a giraffe. So.
This is what she would be, not called. What she would actually be.
That's I know. Well, probably like a chihuahua or something.
All right, do elaborate on why you choose Chihuahua.
She gets in like these moments where she'll just she can't control her laughter, and it kind of sometimes reminds me of like a barking chihuahua.
That is phenomenal.
But dogs are obviously more companions than cats and stuff. So so it's a compliment within
the statement. Right.
Next question.
Next question. What would you say is Michaela's most prized possession?
Her Bible?
Wow.
Enough said.
Enough said. That was beautiful.
I mean, that's the obvious answer, but I think the most accurate.
Very cool. Question number 10. What has been your favorite part about wedding preparation?
Since I've done so much of it, I'd probably have to say going out and checking the venue was probably my favorite part of the one or two things that I've done.
Okay, good.
I have had some fun. I mean, just trying to plan the honeymoon. I mean, I think that's pretty fun. Just getting to choose, where we're gonna spend some time afterwards and stuff.
Sure.
She's kind of taken over the rest of it, so it's kind of all I have left that I can actually do. But yeah.
So you enjoyed the venue because that was the only thing you got to really plan, but you also got to plan this honeymoon that you're quite looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Very good. And finally, question 11. The question we've all been waiting for, if you will. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Boxers.
Definitely boxers.
Care to elaborate on why?
No.
No. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Ladies and gentlemen, those are all the questions we have been sent. So, this brings the evening to a closure at Isaac Holbrook's interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No. Thank you.
But really, thank you.
No, thank you.
Like I said, thank you.